Hanoi Old Quarter. Walking tour, a journey through the heart of the capital. Forget everything you think you know about city streets. Hanoi doesn't have traffic, it has a circulatory system. A non-stop, horn-honking, beautifully chaotic river of life. And at its heart is a place that's part living museum, part 1,000-year-old shopping mall, and part all-you-can-eat buffet, the Old Quarter. Welcome to the best walk you'll ever take. My first time here, I stood on a curb for 10 minutes waiting for a break in the motorbikes. A little old lady with a basket of fruit just grabbed my arm, gave me a look that said, "Really, kid?" and just walked. And like magic, the river parted. That's your first lesson in Hanoi. Don't wait for an opening. You are the opening. You just have to move with confidence, at a steady pace, and trust the system. See? It's a beautiful dance, a kind of Hanoi shuffle. And that's what this tour is all about, learning the steps to this city's incredible dance. It's not just about seeing the sights, it's about diving in headfirst. This isn't just a collection of tourist spots, it's a living, breathing microcosm of Hanoi's history and cultural evolution, where every corner has a story. Unpeeling the layers of time, history made tangible. The legend of the 36 streets, more than just a number. To understand the Old Quarter, you have to go back 1,000 years. When Emperor Li Tai Tol moved his capital here to Tanglong in the 11th century, this area became the city's commercial engine. Craftsmen from surrounding villages gathered, forming guilds. Each guild took a street, and each street took the name of its trade. The names often start with Hang, which means merchandise. So you have Hang Bak, Silver Street, where silversmiths once made jewelry for the royals and which, to this day, is still glittering with jewelry shops and money changers. You have Hang Gai, once for hemp, now famously known as Silk Street, trading in fine fabrics and custom-made clothing. But here's the secret. 36 Streets is more of a poetic name, a symbol for a lot of guilds. In reality, there are more than 70 streets in this labyrinth, each with its own character. And the houses themselves tell a story. Notice how they're incredibly narrow but stretch way, way back. They're called tube houses. This wasn't just a quirky design choice. Back in the day, property was taxed based on the width of the storefront. So, clever Hanoian merchants built narrow, sometimes only 3 or 4 meters wide, to save on taxes, and deep up to 60 meters to maximize space. Its economic genius turned into architecture, a physical response to financial pressure that has defined the look of the city for centuries. Key stop: the ancient house at 87 Ma Mei. If you want to see this architectural ingenuity in person, this is the spot. The ancient house at 87 Ma Mei is a meticulously preserved 19th century tube house. For a tiny entrance fee, you can walk through and see exactly how it works. The shop at the front for commerce, the living quarters, and a central courtyard in the middle for essential light and air, and the kitchen and production areas at the very back. It's a time capsule that offers a profound insight into the life and culture of Hanoians across generations. Landmarks as storytellers, the soul of the quarter. Han Kiem Lake, the lake of the restored sword. Every city has a heart, and Hanoi's is right here. Han Kiem Lake, the lake of the restored sword. The name isn't just a name, it's a legend central to Vietnam's identity. In the mid-15th century, Emperor Le Loi was given a magical sword by the Dragon King to drive out the occupying Ming army. After achieving victory, while he was boating on the lake, a giant golden turtle god, Kim Kui, surfaced, reclaimed the sword, and disappeared into the depths to return it to its divine owners. The lake was renamed to honor that moment, a powerful symbol of Vietnam's reclaimed sovereignty and enduring resilience. This stunning red bridge is the Hook, or Welcoming Morning Sunlight Bridge. It leads to Nok Sun Temple, the Temple of the Jade Mountain. Built on a small island, it honors a pantheon of figures, most notably the great 13th century general Tren Huang Dao, who famously repelled Mongol invasions. It's a beautiful, peaceful escape from the city buzz, a place of spiritual harmony right in the center of the chaos. Out in the water, you'll see the ramshackle but iconic Turtle Tower, an emblem of Hanoi. And near the entrance to the temple stands the Pen Tower, its brush tip pointing to the sky, a tribute to Vietnam's deep respect for scholarly achievement. St. Joseph's Cathedral, a slice of Paris in Hanoi. A short walk from the lake and you might think you've been teleported to France. This is St. Joseph's Cathedral, Hanoi's oldest church, completed in 1886 and designed to mirror Notre Dame de Paris. Its history, however, is complicated. It was built by the French colonial government on the grounds of the Bao Tien Pagoda, which for centuries was one of the biggest and most sacred Buddhist sites in the country. So while it's a beautiful example of neo-Gothic architecture, it's also a stark stone and mortar reminder of Vietnam's complex colonial past and the cultural layers that define modern Hanoi. O Quan Chuong, the last gate standing. This is O Quan Chuong, the only one of the original gates to the old walled city that remains standing. Built in 1749 and reconstructed in the 19th century, it's named honor of a local military chief who fought bravely against the French here in 1873. It's not just an old gate. It's a monument to the city's indomitable spirit, still serving its purpose as a gateway to the quarter's vibrant life. A feast for the senses, the culinary heartbeat. Okay, let's be honest. You can come to Hanoi for the history, but you'll stay for the food. And in the old quarter, the best restaurants don't have walls. They have these. Pats the tiny plastic stool. Let's dive into Hanoi's holy trinity of street food. Pho, the soul in a bowl. First, pho. Forget the version you get back home. Hanoi pho is the original, celebrated for its clear, delicate, and intensely flavorful broth, simmered for hours with beef bones and spices like star anise and cinnamon. It's simpler and more elegant than its southern cousin, less sweet, more focused on that pure, beefy goodness. It's the soul of the city in a bowl. We're at Pho Gia Trien on Bat Dan Street. There's always a line, it's cash only, and it's 100% worth it. The recipe hasn't changed since the 60s. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner for Hanoians, and a true taste of the city's heritage. Bun Cha, the lunch of legends and presidents. Next, Bun Cha. This is Hanoi's signature lunch, a dish so iconic it's thought to have originated right here in the Old Quarter. You get smoky, charcoal-grilled pork patties and slices of pork belly served in a bowl of sweet, tangy, and savory dipping sauce with pickled papaya and carrots. On the side, a mountain of fresh rice vermicelli noodles and a platter of herbs. It became world famous in 2016 when President Barack Obama and the late great Anthony Bourdain shared a $6 meal right here in Hanoi, catapulting it into the global spotlight. It's a hands-on, mix-it-yourself masterpiece. You just grab some noodles, some herbs, dip it all in the sauce with the pork, and it's a flavor explosion. We're at Bun Cha Dak Kim on Hang Mang, one of the oldest and most famous spots in the Old Quarter, serving this dish for over 50 years. Banh mi, a French-Vietnamese love story. And finally, the banh mi. This sandwich tells the story of Vietnam itself. It starts with a French import, the baguette. Initially a luxury for the colonial elite, the Vietnamese made it their own. They mixed rice flour with the wheat, making the baguette lighter and crispier. Then they ditched the butter for mayonnaise and rich pâté and stuffed it with local ingredients: grilled pork, Vietnamese sausage, pickled carrots and daikon, fresh cilantro, and a kick of chili. It's the perfect culinary fusion, born from a history of colonialism and creative adaptation. Banh Mi 25 on Hang Ka is a legendary spot for a reason. They have options for everyone, including amazing vegetarian ones. It's a whole meal for just a couple of bucks, and a delicious piece of history, beyond the big three, essential culinary detours. Ca Phe Trung, egg coffee, the drink born of necessity. Need a pick-me-up? try Hanoi's most unique invention, egg coffee. In the 1940s, during a milk shortage in the city, a bartender at the Sofitel Metropole Hotel named Mr. Nguyen Van Giang had a brilliant idea. He whisked egg yolks with sugar and condensed milk to create a creamy substitute. The result? Liquid tiramisu. It's rich, sweet, and doesn't taste eggy at all, and you have to try it at the original source, Cafe Jiang, tucked away in a tiny alley on Wen Hu Hun Street. It's still run by Mr. Jiang's family, and they serve it in a bowl of hot water to keep the foam perfect. Bia Ho Corner, Ta Hien Street, the people's beer. As day turns to night, the old quarter's energy shifts to Ta Hien Street, better known as Bia Ho Corner. Bia Ho is fresh, light, draft beer, brewed daily and sold for incredibly cheap prices. Grabbing a plastic stool and a cold glass here is a quintessential Hanoi experience, the perfect way to soak in the city's vibrant nightlife. The living culture, experiences beyond the plate, the magic of water puppetry. When you need a break from the street-level symphony, step into a world of magic that dates back to the 11th century. This is water puppetry, a unique Vietnamese art form born in the flooded rice paddies of the Red River Delta. Villagers would stand waist-deep in the water, using long bamboo rods and strings to make puppets dance, telling stories of village life, agricultural harvests, and mythical legends like the one of Hoan Kiem Lake. The puppeteers are hidden behind a bamboo screen, so the puppets seem to come alive on their own, all accompanied by a live, traditional Vietnamese orchestra, playing instruments like gongs, drums, and bamboo flutes. The Tang Long Water Puppet Theater, right by the lake, offers multiple shows a day. It's charming, a little quirky, and a totally unique Vietnamese experience that gives you a glimpse into the country's cultural heritage. Markets and merchants, the pulse of commerce. Dong Xuan Market, the wholesale heart. If the old quarter is Hanoi's heart, then Dong Xuan Market is its furiously beating pulse. Originally built by the French in 1889, this is the city's largest covered market. It's a wholesale paradise, a multi-story labyrinth packed with everything imaginable, from fresh produce to electronics. It's not for the faint of heart. It's crowded, chaotic, and a total sensory overload, but it offers an unparalleled glimpse into the city's vibrant commercial spirit. My tip? Don't go in with a shopping list. Just go in with an open mind. Get lost in the aisles, witness the raw energy of local commerce, and then reward yourself with some street food from the vendors in the alleyway outside. It's an experience in itself. Hang Ma Street, the street of celebrations. For a different kind of market experience, you have to visit Hang Ma. Historically, this was the street for paper votive offerings, paper money houses, and even iPads to be burned for ancestors in the afterlife. But today, it has evolved into the city's official party supply store. Before the Lunar New Year, Tet, it explodes in auspicious red and gold. For the Mid-Autumn Festival, it's a wonderland of colorful lanterns. And yes, they even do Halloween and Christmas. It's a perfect example of how this ancient quarter is not frozen in time, but constantly adapting and blending tradition with modern festivities. Artisans and workshops, taking a piece of Hanoi home. The old quarter's legacy of craftsmanship is still alive and well. While many of the original guild streets have changed, you can still find incredible artisans at work. And the best part is, you can join them. There are dozens of workshops where you can learn a traditional craft. You can try a ceramics class with a teacher from the famous Bat Trang Pottery Village, right here in the Old Quarter, craft your own silver ring, learn the art of traditional wooden stamp carving, or even take a cooking or egg coffee making class. It's the best souvenir you can bring home, a skill and a story. The Explorer's Handbook, your guide to conquering the quarter. The Great Debate, guided versus self-guided tours. So how should you tackle this glorious maze? The big question, guided tour or go it alone? There's no wrong answer, but it depends entirely on your travel style. My advice? Do both. Take a guided street food tour on your first night to get your bearings, learn what to eat, and build confidence. Then, for the next few days, use that knowledge to explore on your own. It's the best of both worlds. The photographer's eye, capturing the unforgettable. For photographers, Hanoi is a dream. The key is to look for color and character. Those iconic, weathered yellow walls, a legacy of the French colonial era, make for an incredible backdrop, especially when contrasted with the red of the Vietnamese flag. Get up early. Hoan Kiem Lake between 6 and 9 a.m. is magical. The light is soft, and you'll capture locals practicing Tai Chi, playing games, and enjoying the peace before the city fully awakens. Explore the craft streets for texture and detail. And don't miss the famous Train Street, where a train rumbles just inches from cafes and homes. But check the schedule and be extremely careful, as access can be restricted. Most importantly, be respectful. A smile goes a long way. If you want a portrait of a vendor or local, ask permission first. A small purchase or a tip is a nice gesture to show your appreciation. Safety and etiquette. Travel smart, travel respectfully. Hanoi is generally very safe, but like any big city, it pays to be smart. Be aware of your surroundings, especially in crowded markets like Dong Xuan. Keep your wallet in a front pocket and wear your bag across your body to avoid snatch thefts by people on motorbikes. For taxis, use ride-hailing apps like Grab to get a fair, fixed price. If you take a cyclo, always agree on the price before you get in to avoid scams. And a little respect goes a long way. When visiting temples, pagodas, or the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, dress modestly. That means covering your shoulders and knees. And always ask before taking someone's picture. Timing is everything. When to visit. You can visit Hanoi year-round, but the best time is definitely autumn, from September to November, or spring from March to April. The weather is mild, with low humidity and rainfall, making it perfect for walking tours. And if you can, try to time your visit with a festival. The Mid-Autumn Festival in the 8th lunar month, usually September or October, turns Hang Ma Street into a sea of lanterns. And Tet, the Lunar New Year, is the biggest celebration of all, though be aware that many shops and restaurants will be closed for the holiday. Beyond the quarter and final takeaways. Connecting the dots, expanding your adventure. The Old Quarter is the perfect base for exploring the rest of Hanoi's treasures. You can easily combine your walk with a visit to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum Complex, the Temple of Literature, Vietnam's first university founded in 1070, and the sobering but essential Hua Lo Prison, sarcastically nicknamed the Hanoi Hilton by American POWs during the Vietnam War. Final thoughts. So what is the Hanoi Old Quarter? It's a history lesson written in architecture. It's a culinary adventure served on a plastic stool. It's a lesson in the art of crossing the street and in the resilience of a city that has seen it all. It's a place where the past isn't just remembered, it's right there, sharing the sidewalk with you. Whether you come with a guide or just a map and an empty stomach, the Old Quarter doesn't just offer you a tour. It offers you a story. Your job is just to show up, be brave, be curious, and start walking.